You seem very concerned about your wife.
Alicia isn't. She hasn't been the same since she's come home from Iraq. And all she wants to do is go out to bars and flirt with guys. I mean, it's never just one guy either. It's a group of them, like 3 or 4, 5 guys at once. She buys their drinks. She used to be my wife. Now she's just this person I don't even know. I spend her night out buying drinks for strangers at bars.
Clubs.
Clubs. Like, it really makes that big of a difference, Alicia. And I try to talk to her, and she just blows me off and acts like she doesn't even know who I am. I mean, we have 2 sons, Ashton and Isaiah. They're twins. I had to beg my parents to watch after them so that they would not see their mother come home soused every night. I mean, I know lots of soldiers, men and women, and they never come home like this. Not even the guys that were blown up in combat. I mean, she wasn't even in combat. She was in transportation. I mean, sure, she heard some IEDs go off. Yeah, it's awful. I grant that. But I don't understand this crazy behavior.
Can I just talk to the doctor alone now?
Sure. There's not an open bar in here.
What do you think of what your husband said?
When I got back from deployment from Iraq, my husband Matt went crazy on me. He sent our twins, Isaiah and Ashton, to live with his parents. Gave them temporary custody. Didn't even ask me for my permission.
Did Matt give you a reason?
Matt says I am not fit to be a mother.
How so?
Matt says I drink too much and that I flirt too much. Called me a sidewalk slut.
What do you think about what Matt said?
I guess some of what he said is true. But not enough to take away our children.
Tell me about the drinking and the flirting, your side of that story.
When I go out to a club and I see a group of men laughing and drinking, I don't know, it's like I feel pulled to them, like nothing could possibly hold me back. They say that things start to go bad after I've had 2 or 3 drinks, but I don't really remember much, I guess, about what happens after that. It just keeps happening.
If you want, do you feel like you can avoid going to the clubs?
No, I can't. I get bored and edgy, hungry. It's like an unhappy, grumpy hunger. When I walk in, and if the guys don't notice me, maybe I'll unbutton my blouse a bit or hike up my dress. Not an obscene amount, just enough. If I make them smile, it's like I conquered something. Like when I passed my ropes course, or when I did more chin-ups than the guys. Made me feel good. Better. The best. When they smile, I am the best. They're mine.
Do you remember the very first time, or one of the times that was very memorable when you went up to a group of guys and flirted and drank with a group of men?
Memorable. Well, I guess you could say this was memorable. When I was coming back from Iraq, I was stationed in Frankfurt, Germany. One night I went out with my squadron. Generally, I would go out with a group of the girls. You know, that was sort of our protocol. This one night, this group of guys invited me out, and made me feel kind of special. Evidently, they drugged my drinks, and carried me across the street to some motel. I don't really remember much, just this vague feeling of being paralyzed, bouncing around as they carried me up the stairs, feeling them on top of me. Someone's scratchy face against my chest, seeing two blue lights out the window. When I woke up the next morning, I thought it was just a bad dream. I had a hangover, worse than a hangover, but it wasn't a dream. I was pretty sore and raw down there, and I had bruises. I saw those guys a few days later. Generally, they're pretty friendly, but after that, they avoided my eye contact. I watched them go around the corner, and I saw the one guy give the other guy a high five and laugh.
Do you think that that night, that experience is some way related to what is going on now?
I guess so.
Is that a cycle you want to break?
I just don't know how.
What is your sex life with Matt, your romantic life now with Matt? How is that?
I can't. Not with Matt. Not since that. I can't.
What have you told Matt?
I can't tell anyone. It was my fault for going out with those jerks alone. I thought I was safe because it was near the base. I had heard of other women getting gang raped, but I didn't think it would happen to me. These are my brothers. They wouldn't do that. They couldn't.
When you go to clubs now and you're flirting, approaching a group of men and drinking with them and all, do you worry that the same thing could happen to you again that happened in Frankfurt, that you could get raped?
Now when I go out? No. Now when I go out, I'm in control.
What if you let Matt in on this and told him about how you're drawn to repeat this pattern? Do you think that's something you could do?
Matt would leave me.
You don't think he would understand?
Understand? I don't even understand. And Matt's parents, they are those been married for 32 years type of people. When they look at my family, they just see generations of disaster. They'd probably blame me and tell Matt that I was trash, just like they always knew I was and told him that I was before he married me.
And what about your parents?
I hate talking to them ever since high school. No matter what happens to me, they don't need to be involved.
Is there anyone else, anyone at all that you think you could be comfortable telling what happened?
It was hard enough telling you. No, I don't think so. No one.
It must be very difficult for you to be alone, knowing, thinking about what happened to you, to be alone with having those memories.
I don't think. I go out, I go to a club, I have fun.
And finding a group of men,
Hey, that's me.
taking more risks.
So?
It's a strong call, isn't it? Calling you back to repeat again and again as you try to feel like you're gaining some kind of control over what must have been a very unspeakable night.
So?
What is it you were wanting to do right now? What you were feeling right now?
I want to have fun.